Yeah, we go. Yep. Eagles Red Boxing running late though, but hey, y'all come in, then hey, we're gonna talk about it. Oh yeah, my humming went through, so that means I'm there. That's right. I don't have a crown on today. What you want to say? Not necessarily always a crown, but I don't have my uh, feathers on. Nothing like that. Got my condor hat on. I just felt like having fun today. You know, because I haven't. I don't know. I feel been feeling kind of weird lately. Just funny. I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff. You know, they got things that they stress you out, but I don't really feel like I'm stressed out. I just feel like I'm just, and not necessarily under the weather, but maybe we getting close to that. But I've been getting my zinc and my shit. I just made me some juice. Didn't have celery. I know celery's probably not that. It's not the best thing to have. But they didn't have celery, so um, I got I got some bok choy. What the heck is bok choy? Bok choy. Yeah, that's a bok choy. So I got bok choy instead of that, instead of the celery. Maybe I'll start using it. A little bit expensive. You don't really get that much. At least where I went. I went to a place called Trader Joe's. I don't know. Maybe I can find it cheaper. I got to start hitting the markets up, man, but I just don't have time. But then I think they're on Sunday. If it's on Sunday, I can't use no excuse. I'm going to have to start hitting them up on Sunday, you know, when they have the markets and stuff. The farmers markets and stuff, you know, produce. Go get you guys produce and stuff. Go to farmers markets and stuff. Get you as organic as possible. Maybe even get home farm stuff that has absolutely no chemicals or whatever, and save some of your stuff. Save your seeds. Grow your own stuff, man. Even if you're growing, think about it. If you're growing 1 or 2 pots of stuff yourself, do you feel me? If you're growing 1 or 2 pots, it's not like you have to grow every vegetable. Shit, you start off with 1 or 2. Even if you're in a small space, get you a couple of pots. Grow your berries. Grow what you're gonna grow. Yeah, that's what I'm looking off to the side. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I just don't know if I have to leave this weekend or not. It's like I'm so far behind on a lot of things. Yeah, this is my little reference. Oh no, I can't. I'm not gonna show it until somebody's in here. So, or that I know somebody's actually in here, and then I'll show it. Like there, yeah. But I'm late. But you guys get in here anyway. Come in here because we got some servings to eat today. Yeah, a little bit of crow. I I went with Donaire because I just went with Donaire. That's what I felt like doing. I felt like going with Donaire because I like Donaire. That's what, and I just went with who I like. We don't always predict stuff. I mean, we could do it 2 different ways. Now, if I was a betting man, I probably wouldn't necessarily bet it. I might have bet different, but in here, sometimes we go with who we like. but that chinage was just not up to par. And the first left hook that was caught the end of it, but I didn't feel like it was great far as like the left. And of course we got all these people brag. And Floyd Mayweather, I don't care about your money. I really don't care about you no more. Now you're moving, every time you open your mouth, you move further and further down on my list of great fighters. I can just put you not as a fighter. I'll put you as, you started off as a fighter when you was lighter weight, and then you just turned into pretty classic. I'm gonna say that you turned into like a pretty decent boxer, a good boxer, not great but good. But you're going way down. You just start to sink on my list because the way I look at stuff is I don't look at it for everything that you just do in the ring. I look at it for stuff, your actions outside the ring, and you're doing too much. You're making yourself too known all the time. And I was rolling with Jeff for a while, but if Jeff is saying stuff about Haney and stuff, then yeah, I think the guy's a little bit upset because you got to realize that Haney's only 23. He's the youngest out of these group of 135s. He's probably one of the youngest, if he's not the top in the top 3 youngest. But at his age, he's at the highest of 23 because he has all the belts. Now, enough said on that. But having like 24 fights, something like that. I don't even know the exact number. 27, 28 fights. Winning all of them. You need 22 more fights to pass you. And he could do it. He can do it, and he still don't have to retire. And he can do it way before 40 years old, 34 years old. He could actually do it before 30 years old if he wants to. He needs like 2.5 fights a year, somewhere around it. He has to average 2 points, put it that way, because you don't understand that. He has to average 2.5 fights a year. Maybe he can get 3. If he get 3 fights a year, how many is that? 15 fights in 5 years. That's 15 fights if he's 28 years old. And that will put him up to like 30 something, like 34. He only needs 6 more fights, 2 more years. So 7 years. 7 years. So in between 7 and 8 years, he could surpass you. Maybe even before that, if he wants to. If he just turns into a dog all of a sudden, like, I'm a dog, can't nobody beat me, and he just starts challenging everybody. He beats everybody he needs to beat, and then there's nothing else for him. He can move up to 140, but there's nothing else there for him. He beats up a couple of selected fighters that he just selects, and just goes from there. He can do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna root for the young man. And one of the main reasons I'm gonna root for him is because the way that you're acting. I'll root for anybody against you. I'll root for Tank against you. Anybody, Stevenson, anybody that could surpass you. I would hope that would happen like soon and earlier than what you would want, because those type of records take a long time to get. But I hope somebody will actually get your record like a lot sooner than later. A lot sooner than later, yeah. Even Errol Spence. I would hope that Errol Spence even gets. I hope more than one fighter beats your record. This to shut you the hell up. You know what I mean? This to shut you up, man. Because you shouldn't be in boxing talking so much. Why are you in boxing talking so much? You're an exhibition fighter now. And since you're an exhibition fighter, just shut your ass up. I see Gil Cole's up in here. Salute to Gil Cole. He said, "Sup, Eagles Web." Yeah. So just shut your ass up, Floyd. I'm tired. Yeah, I got crow eating today, Gil. Yeah, I got to eat some crow today, man. Freaking it. That damn Inouye, man. I was trying to go with the older man. I like Donaire, man. That's my favorite Filipino fighter. But that damn BCD, that shit is real, man. You never know when somebody's going to catch it. You just don't never know. You hope they don't get it, and then, you figure, okay, his chin is tested, it's good, it's intact, and then you find out that chin ain't what it should be. because I don't think the punch, man, that hook, I don't think that should have done. I don't think that should have done as much damage, but that, the age and chin. Sometimes your chin doesn't age with the rest of your body. If the rest of your body is real youthful, and sometimes that chin ain't, it just is not as youthful as it should be. Yeah, but I was talking about Floyd too. Though Floyd need to shut his ass up. Hey, yeah, because a lot of people are just so critical on Haney, man. I hope Haney just, I hope he takes like all the records. I hope he just runs off and just beats everybody and just keeps going. Nobody, and just becomes unstoppable. That's what I'm hoping. And plus, I just hope somebody gets Floyd's record quick, faster than later. That they don't have to wait. You don't have to wait 20, 30 years. I hope somebody just goes ahead and gets it, so he can, maybe it'll humble him and shut him up. Because he always feels like he's brought too much to boxing. You didn't bring that much to boxing. Yeah, you're undefeated, but you didn't bring that much to boxing. And I know you'll probably argue with me about that, because for me is inside and outside the ring. If I'm gonna judge you as a champ, if I'm gonna judge you as somebody that I want, like, not just for me, but if I want somebody to look up to you, I'm not gonna endorse you. Even if you work with me, I'm not gonna endorse you if you got habits outside of what I'm endorsing you for that can coincide or will come into interference with what I'm endorsing you with. You know what I mean? So if we was doing powerlifting or something, I'm like, yeah, he a great power lifter. And I just leave it like that. I can't talk about anything else, because anything else becomes too controversy, and it's not a good standard. Because especially when you talk about younger people always look at stuff and say, well, how come he gets to do this, or how come he did this, or whatever. And you know what? Who wants to have that conversation? I don't want to have that conversation. I just don't. That's just not a conversation I want. Some people is okay with it. They'll take that conversation, but no, I just don't want it. I'd rather not have to do a whole lot of explaining about stuff. I got to do enough explaining as it is. Yeah. Oh, you have Monster KO9. Yeah, I just didn't. Of course, if I was betting, I probably couldn't have went with Donaire, but in here I had to go Donaire, but yeah, I probably couldn't have. No, they probably wouldn't have been not monetarily, like for money. I don't think there would have been a way that I could have actually went for Donaire at all. I would have had to probably just like, what, I better leave that alone. Because I already told everybody this is the month. I know this numerology and all that. I know you probably don't go for all that stuff, but it's a lot of things that happen. It might be coincidental, but a lot of things happen on these certain days, like these days with the ones and threes, the twos and sixes and stuff. A lot of things happen on these days, and there's no way I'm superstitious, but I just know a lot of times shit this happens. It's like, oh man, here we go again. So anybody who had him, I know people in here had him. So y'all get ready. Y'all line your asses up and get ready to munch on some crow today. Yeah, we got it. I got something to wash minds down, though, brother. I got something to wash minds down. That's right. I got my no, I ain't wearing no headdress today. Yeah. Donaire had a great career. Donaire had like an outstanding career, man. Well, the thing about it is everybody's second chance. Everybody's second chance. There's not a time on second chances. You know what I mean? There's not like, you don't get a time limit on second chances. There's no like, oh, I got my second chance. So since I have my second chance, I'm going to stretch it out and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. That's all fun. I mean, it's all good when you think about it. It's great if that's what you're doing. It's great when you can sit there and say, "Oh yeah, my career, I got this, I got that going, whatever." That's always a good thing. But what you got to realize is just because you get a second chance or a second opportunity, it don't mean that you're always going to do what you need to do with it. Yeah, he said Derek Brady picked on there or fixed his plate yesterday. You gave Derek the plate yesterday, God dang, yeah, you didn't even wait, huh? Yeah, you gave him the plate on the day of the fight. He said, "Yeah, you gonna get your plate on the day of the fight. Now you gotta come in here and get some too. We both gotta get it. It's no big deal though." Yeah, damn. But back to what I was saying though. But you never know when you get that opportunity. It's just like Anthony Joshua the first time. He got that second chance, right? And he did a good thing with that second chance the first time. But this time he's getting another second chance. So him getting this second chance, if we look at it, is he biting off more than he can chew? Should he be taking this second chance now? More or less. Should he be taking this second chance now? Or should he be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait on my second chance. I think I'm gonna wait until um, I I boost up my skill set before I take this second chance. And just because you have a second opportunity in your career doesn't mean that you have to necessarily quit. Doesn't mean you're gonna lose or whatever. Donaire gave it a good go. Everybody can't do what George Foreman did, because George Foreman did it, and he was real smart when he did it. B Hop couldn't do it because B Hop was still using his mouthpiece and all that. But what B Hop had learned how to do is he learned how to be like quicker on his combination. At least his first two punches, he became real quick. He get in position, get you a little bit out of position, and fire off his shots, and then more or less hold you. But that didn't work out for him. George Foreman, a lot of people you're not understanding how brilliant that was for him to come back with a completely different defense, because at first he was just all offensive minded. But for him to come back with a whole different type of defense, and took at least one loss, right? He at least took one loss before he got an opportunity to get that championship. But and was even losing during that his championship fight, but ended up getting the dub for just hanging in there. Now, one thing I will say about Donaire, okay, so maybe the BCD kind of came in. Okay, I will say that. I ain't trying to really give him no excuses, but I said just looked like that might have been what happened. It seemed to me that he may have needed more of a warm-up, to be honest, in the dressing room, or he needed some more rounds. And that's what I'm thinking, that he needed some more rounds, because if he didn't get caught so early, so cold, he probably could have made something good out of it. Because I see what he was doing. I mean, he was in the chest. He got in Monster's chest. He was right in his chest. But if you're gonna get in somebody's chest, then you do have to protect yourself when you at all times anyway. But then again, if you may feel like a little bit suspect, like, okay, I might be a little bit vulnerable, I better try to chill a little bit, because I may end up getting myself checked. Yep. And we got Rivas fighting again, just letting y'all know. That's for the Friday fight. I think that's the only one you guys are probably, Rivas and Arias versus Green. So we'll see if Green can pull himself back up by his straps and get something done. But like you said, he just had like a great. He had a good career. Had a good career. I'm not canceling it. If he wants to quit, he can. He still might feel like, you know what, I got one more good fight in me. I came out cold. I don't. Who knows how he feels? I was cold. I need to warm up a little bit more. Tank even said that again. Tank said that about with his fight. As Tank said, he needs to warm up a little bit better before he comes out. And I can understand that. That fighters got to come out warmed up, man. Especially, you guys got to stop thinking. You got to stop thinking that your old won't go. Because a lot of times, or whatever, your old is gonna go. I'm sorry. Your old is gonna go. It's not, your old is not promised to you. Oh, I got this. I'm not gonna lose. Wait, hey, hold on. You may. You're not. That's one thing about sports. For our part, and I'm not making this 100% when I say that, but for us, the thing about it is we look at it as like it's not something that's guaranteed. Now, I'm not going to get into the debate about stuff like being guaranteed or not, because I really know I've been watching sports for a long, long time. And I've been seeing stuff even in baseball. If you ask me, baseball has been, even on the collegiate level, has been like, I've seen two horrible calls. I've seen one in college ball, and I've seen this one right back in the major leagues. I've seen two bad calls. I mean, by the umpires and stuff. It's like that when you look at the replay, it's like there's no way they could have made that call. I mean, that you didn't even have to be experienced to make these calls. It might have been three. I think it was three calls. And one, the base runner was running down the first, and they said he was on the inside track. He was on the infield. I'm like, he's not on the infield. He was straight on the baseline. What exactly is the baseline in baseball? Maybe I'm messing up or something like that. But the baseline to me, if the baseline to me is the whole line where the base is. For me, that's the baseline. You're not all the way running. You're not running into where the fans are. And it looked like he's running straight down the baseline. I don't know. They say he was on the infield or whatever. So he got called out. But it's like, I don't know. I looked at it a couple of times. I didn't see nothing wrong. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe I don't pay attention to baseball the right way or something like that. But it was another one. Where it was a foul called and the bat never even touched the ball. I'm like, okay. So all that does is just remind you of what can happen. Yeah. It just reminds you, they just let you know that these sports aren't perfect. These refs aren't perfect, but we got to deal with the refs. But it's like, sometimes it's, what are we really dealing with? Oh yeah, and just to go back to when Canelo had his draw against Triple G, and I don't know if people talked about this. People might have talked about it. I just don't remember having the conversation, but they may have. But we had Bird was in on that decision too, if you guys remember. And Adelaide Bird was the same one, I think, that made that bad call when Canelo fought Mayweather. All right? So same thing. Same thing against Triple G. So we may not have to see this, but we may have to see it. Another fight. I don't know. I want to see the Bivol fight. I want to see him fight Bivol again. Because all the excuses is coming out. To me, people are blaming it on that he turned vegan or whatever. I'm like, come on, that's veganism is not gonna make you weak. I eat vegetables, man. I'm not weak, man. Come on, it's not gonna just make you weak all of a sudden. Oh, you vegan, you gonna be weak, man? Get out of here. Some of the strongest animals on this whole earth are vegan, like gorillas, buffalo, right? Elephants, hippopotamus, rhinos. Is that enough? Bulls. Is that enough strong animals that eat just grasses and fruits and berries and stuff? That should be enough right there, right? But yeah, got to eat this crow, man. Don't dare. Don't dare let us down, brother. I know I started too late for my the rest of my guys to come in, but I appreciate that you came through, and you other people that's coming through and not saying nothing. I appreciate you guys. Don't worry about it. But you guys coming through right now. I'm clicking in the background. They say yesterday, I guess. So yesterday about this time, say about like noon. Or what is it? Two o'clock. About 2 something. Central time. That Mayweather said that they want the. I guess they want the Gervonta Davis Ryan Garcia fight. One thing I don't get is I'm hearing that Ryan Garcia they're saying that he's probably one of the lowest paid boxers, but he got the most, Twitter fans or whatever, but he's like one of the lowest paid boxers. Okay, put that in some type of perspective. If you're the lowest paid fighter, then what makes you feel, or what even makes your promotion feels like you should get 50-50, if that's what they're saying? That's crazy. Ain't that crazy? That you want 50-50? You don't deserve a 50-50. Yeah. I'm kind of wanting y'all to listen to, I'm not sure what this is, but it's only like it's a short, well, it's like 27 minutes. I don't want to hear Roy Jones them going off. But here's the statement. The statement is this. It says, Haney versus Kambosos, 50,000 fans and nobody came to see you box. And that's Roy Jones Jr. Well, a lot of times, Roy Jones Jr. did not knock everybody out. And if he did, when he had a bunch of knockouts, sometimes he had to wait. You wasn't gonna get you wasn't no first round knockouts a lot of times. But we'll see. Yeah. Uh, it might just be like conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's just that just might be the title or something like that. So I'm not gonna jump the gun and say that Roy Jones or what's the other guy from Florida? What's his name? The Magic Man, Tarver. I'm not gonna say that they said anything bad about Haney and nothing like that because I haven't listened to it. So I got to go back and check it out. Once I go back and check it out, then I'll be able to assess it more. But Derek Bailey, you guys need to be in here, especially if Brother Gill came up in here. Then that means y'all should have been up in here. Sir Flame, I haven't seen you. There's a few people that came in and wanted Donaire. I'm not sure, Lala D or whoever, or Yasser, or D Ray, I can't remember. I can't remember everybody who came in, or Bruce, or who else. I'm just trying to think who else has been here. Let me see. I can't think of anybody else right off the hand. I could name people, but I don't think they was going for Donaire. But yeah, Floyd, um, just hoping, man. I'm really hoping that somebody gets your record soon and retired. And you wasn't the only one that retired undefeated. Because if you retire undefeated, do we have to have a number on it? How many fights? Let's go check it out. I'm trying to fight because we did have some undefeated fighters, right? And so we can go look at that. Let's take a look. If I can spell it right. Let me see if I can. If I'm trying to spell it. I might have spelled it. Okay. So he has one of the highest records as far as being undefeated. He has one of the highest records. But we got Calzaghe too. Calzaghe at 46. So what's more impressive? But then again, did Calzaghe? If we bring it up, who did Calzaghe fight? Well, we know he fought some champs. He fought some fighters that. I mean, he did fight some fighters that we should have been impressed by him beating, but not necessarily in their prime or nothing like that. But what's more important? If 50 wins and 50 and 0, 46 and 0, you still got an O. So no matter 32 and 0, 35 and 0. So how we weigh this out? And most people are going to say that you got to weigh that out by the opposition. So a lot of times that might, even though he beat a lot of champions, that still might drop him down. Because you can have champions that there's not really, there's nothing. It's like, okay, he a champ, but really? That's the champ? And I ain't trying to throw no shade. I think when Terrence Crawford collected all those belts, I don't feel like it was like, that much as far as champs. I probably could see a lot of people that would have did the exact same thing. I don't know, and I'm not trying to hate. They go hating again. No, I don't hate. I'm just bringing up an idea. Just asking. I'm more or less asking the question at the same time. I'm not just saying. I'm asking the question. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry. I know I came on late, so, and I probably got to go too. So I can only say sorry to y'all about that. I know you guys probably come in like later. You guys probably come in and later on and you check out Eagle's Web. Yeah. Yeah. But and let's go back to Haney for a second too, though. I don't understand. I don't understand why Haney's getting so much hate. That's one thing I just don't get. See, it's very. I just don't get. Damn. It don't matter. You can hold all the belts. And still, you're not going to get no favoritism. You're not going to get no love from nobody. Just the real fans that there were already fans of you. And I'm gonna be honest about Devin Haney. I was excited about Devin Haney. I was just waiting for him to like really mature and stuff like that. I guess maybe I wanted to do it too fast or whatever. But I remember it was probably what, damn, even probably like 6 years ago or whatever. I was excited about Devin Haney. The whole thing that he started off so young and all that, fighting in Mexico or whatever, getting all that good experience. I mean, I was just excited. I thought he would have had more opportunities by now. But at the same time, I didn't know how good he would be. He's good. But everybody wants him to all of a sudden just be an exchanger and power punch and all that. No, everybody has to hunt to fight like Lopez and all them. Nobody has to sit there and just take a beating. Those guys aren't going to fight very long. All these guys that take all these beatings aren't going to fight that long. At any point in boxing, you can get hurt severely, right? Severely. Even death. Think about that. So why wouldn't I optimize my opportunities, develop my skill set to where I can just be a great boxer, and I can just keep making it, and I can keep going, getting paid. And then maybe later on in my career, if I wanted to, then I could do a little bit more risking. But if I get caught too much, then go back to doing, just turn myself back into the master boxer that I should be. I just don't get it. I don't get why people they want to turn everybody into nothing but brawlers. You're not going to get those kind of fights all the time. The Tank Brawley fight, it was okay. It wasn't it wasn't it wasn't a drag down, smash him out type of fight. It ended up being ended in a knockout. But I can keep having flashbacks about Bivol and Canelo. Is like, who else has hit Canelo with a 20-piece? Nobody has ever hit Canelo with a 20-piece. Even if it wasn't 20, if it was 10, 15, it was high. It was in double figures. He got hit with double figures for sure. Punch after punch after punch. You know what I mean? And then I heard another thing that kind of surprised me. In a sense it didn't, but it did. Is why is Big Charlo, why isn't he having any fights with big names? Because he had enough big names to fight. He still does. Andre, right? Benavidez. He had Lar that he didn't want. He didn't want Lar. There's a lot of fighters. I'm just thinking. I'm not gonna worry about him and Hurd. I'm not gonna say that's not a big deal for me. Hurd, Triple G, Canelo. It's like, why didn't any of these fights derail? Why did not any of these fights happen? And who is he exactly gonna fight? Because if Errol Spence does not get Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is gonna take over 154. And Jamel gonna have to move up. Earl's gonna take over 154. He's gonna get, and he can get a shot at 3 belts right away. He can get a title shot for 3. If they get vacated, he'll be in the tournament for 1 or 2 of them, like right away. So this is a whole. It's a thing where we got to figure out every little situation, every little thing that happens. We got to try to figure out. We got to figure out what's going to happen with all these belts and stuff like that. It's more or less like who's up next. And like, if we're going to get this fight, or we're not going to get the fight. I'm not excited about it. I'm excited about it if it happens, but I'm not gonna get all excited about. Oh, they're not gonna fight. I'm not gonna be crying like some people will be so upset if they don't get the fight done. But it's not up to me to sign paperwork. It's not up to me, you know. So it's up to whoever the participants is. You know, get them belt, get the shit signed up, and let's get the fight going. You know, stop being who you are. Stop being crybabies. Stop crying over a couple of dollars. Like I said, Haney is the biggest man in boxing right now because he stood up and he fought. And other people would argue with that. Oh, well, there's other people who fought. No, I don't care. The other people who fought for 4 belts, and I know D'Lo didn't like me saying that you know Haney's taking chump change or whatever, but Haney, all the reports I was getting, I don't know what their pocketbook is. But for many indications showed that Haney did not get the kind of money that he probably should have got for fighting Kambosos. That's all I can say about it. It just seemed like he wasn't getting the money that he should have got. And if he did, well, that's real great. But also another thing I don't like, another thing that I'm hearing, is that the contract itself was not necessarily the best contract. Far as him fighting again on the rematch clause, that it was not necessarily the best rematch clause. I don't know. Somebody else tell me about that. Because if you lose or you win in somebody's hometown, you win. Then you shouldn't have to go back there. Right? You shouldn't have to go back there. Say it again. If you beat somebody in their own backyard, you shouldn't have to go back there to beat them in their backyard again. And guess what? The nice thing about that, if that does happen, if somebody is actually going to pay for it, a lot of people, I don't know if they want to pay for this. Was pay-per-view. I don't know if a lot of people want to pay for this again because it's like, yeah, you got your ass whooped. I cannot see you doing something different besides getting your ass whooped or maybe even getting your ass knocked out, because now Haney knows that he can even turn it up even more on you, keeping you off with a jab. He knows that you're going to come lunging in now because you're more or less exposed your game plan because, and even if you didn't expose your game plan, everybody knows what your game plan has to be. Your game plan has to be, I got to get past this jab. That's what your game plan has to be. Because if that's not your game plan, then you're going to lose again. Taking the extra half a step in, throwing, a couple of double right hand leads or something like that. Right feint and then boom and left and coming in and out quick. You're gonna have to do something to get your ass in. If not, we're probably looking at the same thing happening again. And you're probably gonna take another L. Maybe even a worse L. I look at it as being worse. It might be a worse L. But here's the point when it comes to Haney. The big point. This is the big point. The big point is that if that has to happen, where he has to go back to the enemy territory to get the W again, then all these people that is talking all this negative stuff about Haney is going to have to put Haney up on the pedestal, a bigger pedestal. Because like he's going to a hostile environment twice in a row. And not just a hostile environment within a couple of thousand miles. We talking about a hostile environment like thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away. Uh-oh. So what does that do? It kills a lot of the haters for sure. If it really kills the haters. Haters don't know. They're not gonna know what to do. Just hold on a second. Um, yeah, but haters aren't gonna know what to do with that. I'm just laughing because you know what I mean. Because they're gonna be on that regretful. They're gonna be on that regretful type uh, giving him his accolades, right? Like, oh yeah, Haney, yeah, Haney's just something else. I didn't see, I didn't know, but Haney's, he's one of the best right now. Yeah, so that's what you're gonna have to do. Hmm? That's what you're gonna have to do, and that's what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to pump them up. Let me put my page up for what. Let me get me a piece out this menu, my crow. Uh, I Donaire Crow page. Yeah. I'm munching on this crow. Old Gail said that Derek got his plate yesterday. May have to listen to this. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it or not, but yeah, it has to play through here. But okay, but this. I'm gonna check something out. Let me see. Okay, so this is supposed to be the answer. So I guess I'm not 100% sure, but I'm looking at information that Javante Davis is saying no to Ryan Garcia. A lot of people are probably gonna say no to him. They're gonna starve his ass out. So okay, so you're making all this money. You doing all these great things with your whatever, with your Instagram or whatever you're doing it with. Just keep it like that. Hmm. And I even know now this is breaking news to me. I don't know if I'm reading this right or not, but it looks like to me that the senior was in the hospital or something like that. Floyd Mayweather Senior. Well, salute to him for getting back out of there. So, I just don't know if it's true or something like that. But it may be. He might have been. I don't keep up with all the news. Yeah, I mean, I keep up with some. I don't keep up with all the news. Um, but I guess Crawford's going to take the Earl challenge. But we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna see what it's about. See if we can get this fight going. If we can get the fight going, that's cool. I really don't even care about. I mean, I care about that. I want to see the fight. Um, I'll get excited about it when it gets closer. I don't get excited about fights when it's months away or whatever. I'm not gonna get excited about them. When they get to like a couple of weeks away, even then you never know because they get a week away and we talking about some kind of tainted meat or something. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go with the tainted meat already. Yeah. So we're gonna see what that does. Well, shout out to Donaire, no Nito. Still shout out. You entertained us for for some years, and for a little a smaller weight fighter, you did excellent job of keeping the tension going, like keeping people like on the edge of their seats watching you fight. You know, for the most part, most of his fights were pretty entertaining. You know, I don't think he's actually had any fights that were necessarily boring. But I remember when he was coming. I mean, when he was, it's what I would say probably when he hit like 30 years old, maybe 29 or something like that. That he was 28, 29, somewhere around there. He was putting some good solid work in on a lot of these fighters. You know. Yeah. But it looked like his career may have came to the end. It might be the end of it, folks. But we'll see. Uh, that's all we can do is just wait and see. I don't care. If he wants to stay, we're going to see. We're going to see if that could be. If not, then not. Then we enjoyed your time. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your boxing service. And we should all feel good about that. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had to come in late. I know you guys are probably catching the show late. Yo, Eagle came on. Yeah, I came on later, so I'm just gonna probably just get out of here because it's not really. I wanted to have more of a discussion. You know, I just got a couple of days in a row. I've been getting tied up. Yesterday I got tied up. I burnt up about how many hours yesterday? I'm gonna say 3 or 4 extra hours yesterday on things that I shouldn't have had to burn time up on. Same thing with today. And then even after this, I'm gonna have to go burn up some more time. I have to go do some other stuff. Yeah, but that's what life is about sometimes. Especially, I mean, if this was my job, it'd be different. You know, this is volunteer service. So if it was my job, yeah, I had to be here. I say, hey, I'm getting paid. You know, I rarely get paid to do this, but I love doing it still. Anyway, I had to catch you guys probably. I'm trying to catch you guys Friday. I don't even know 100% sure. So I may have to come back and tell you guys or not. Because I know because I'm back to festival season. So I may be festival. Hopefully not. And also hopefully so. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see. And my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Y'all know what it is, man. Eagles Wear Boxing. Y'all know what it is. Wednesday. Nothing but blessings, y'all. Yeah.